Hi everybody, so here we're doing a complete tutorial on how to replace all 8 exterior LEDs. That's your turn signal indicators, your brake light, and your headlights on the 5th gen Honda VFR800. If you are doing all of them, you're going to want to take off at least the front fairing. These front turn signal indicators are the easiest, meaning you can probably get up under the fairing, just undo your old bulb and put these in, but you're going to need to do your flasher relay. So here I have completely defaired the VFR because I'm going to do underbody lights and new fairings, but you'll see your left and right front indicators here, and all you need are a set of quality 7443 bulbs. You can go with white. The lights, the indicator bulbs, and I believe the brake light bulbs are white, and they just rely on the housing to provide the color. However, these are much brighter, and I didn't want the white color to just blow out through the lens, so I went with yellow for my indicators, white obviously for the front, and red for the brake lights. But you're going to put these in, and while you're under here, you're going to want to replace the flasher module. This is the stock flasher module, and I'll include a link to a cheap plug and play. It's about 10 bucks for a plug and play replacement blinker so you don't get hyper flash, and they will work provided they're plugged in nicely. I have removed my headlight housing unit. There's a dead bug right there. So we'll get into headlights. Those are not 7443, those are H4 bulbs. And when you remove your tail light assembly, I went ahead and labeled these. So LT for left turn signal, LB for left brake, and right turn signal, just in case these get crisscrossed, although they pretty much fall into the correct place. So the ones in the housing units will be a little bit harder, but that's pretty much it. So your blinkers, as you can see, you can test it if you just want to pop on your front indicators here, and they do operate as running lights, which you can see down here as well. And then the directionals are not hyper flashing, which they were before without the flasher module. So let's get to the housing units. So next I'll do the tail light unit, and I'll just show you how to do the turn signals. It's all pretty much the same. So I got myself some Yorkem yellow LEDs for 7443 LEDs for the turn signals. No, I'm not being paid by this brand. There's no affiliate links or anything. I took a chance on this brand. It turned out to be pretty good, nice and bright. So I'm just gonna flip this over. And these are the little housing units for each bulb. And it appears that they lock in both the horizontal and vertical location, but if you just kind of turn it in between and give it a wiggle, it'll come out with the bulb. So these things, you just kind of pull them out. So same thing here, right? You just kind of, that's pretty tight. Yeah, I might need pliers to turn that or something. But anyway, that's really all there is to it. You have to get these guys to turn in kind of the diagonal position and wiggle them out. And then you can just replace the bulb. So I just finished this indicator. This one, you just give it a wiggle back and forth while turning it, and eventually you can pull it out. Here's the light housing unit, and here's my 7443 bulb. You just push that straight in, push it in, and give it a twist until it locks, and you're good for all of these. There we go, now they're both in. Should be snapped in this configuration here. And you can see our LEDs are sitting there nicely inside the housing. So now I'll just do the red brake lights, and we will not have any incandescent bulbs. And lastly, I guess I will show it, some Yorkem red 7443s for the brake light and tail light. And there we go. LEDs all the way around. Let's plug this in and see how it works. Okay, we're all plugged in, and when we're mounted, it'll sit like that. And now for the moment of truth. Yeah, looking great on the brake light. Really bright red. I'm glad I went with red though, because those white lights would just power through that lens. That's extremely bright. Now directionals, let's see. Really nice. Beautiful. It's kind of washing out the video, I know, but it looks perfectly amber with red. Let's try the other one. Yeah. Flashing rate looks perfect. Really, really nice. So next let's do the headlights, and these will probably be the trickiest of all of them. As you flip this over, you're gonna see, let's turn it this way, you're gonna see some rubber gaskets here to weatherproof the bulbs, and there's a little pull tab here. So you just pull on the pull tab and this pops right off, and when you're done, I think you can just fit it right back over. And then you look in here and there's all kinds of weirdness going on in here. No, you can't just pull the bulb out. There's a retaining clip. So I hate these Haynes manuals, but this came in handy. So the Haynes manual says that, where are we? Step 3, that you, there we go, disconnect the wiring connector, remove the rubber cover, then unhook the spring clip and withdraw the bulb from the headlight unit. So you don't have to unscrew anything. You just have to pull the clip over and remove the unit. So we can try to do that. I don't know if I'm going to be successful one-handed, but it looks like you just pull that up. So long story short, yes, you do have to unscrew both of them. So if you've got it facing like so, so it's right side up, your large screw goes in the lower left, small screw in the upper right. And when you get this guy back together, it appears, oops, this is a tricky piece. It just kind of pops out like it pops out at you like a spring. But this is how you're gonna put this back in with the this little metal cap that came out as well. But that just kind of goes over this like so. And you're gonna screw it in place. But anyway, you do this and the bulb pops out. So one quick point on this retention clip, because that can get a little tricky. You want to do these one at a time so that you always have a visual guide to refer to. It's going to be much, much easier for you to just look at the other headlight rather than look at online or at a picture or this video or some crappy black and white Haynes manual. So basically this little piece, right? It's not the opposite on the left and right, they're both the same. So this goes in here with your the small gold screw, and then there's this little, you see this little, let's try to move in on it, this little ledge here. This goes over, this little hook goes over this piece here, right? So basically, let me see if I can get it right. Sits in like so, just like that. Sits in like that, and the this end over here, as you can see, it goes right under that little tooth, kind of catches right there. So it goes under. Trying to do this one-handed, guys. Sorry, goes under where this little piece is right here. Not this big one, but right about here. I think the big gap. Actually, if we take a look at it, oh yeah, so it goes under the big gap. So you see the little tooth, I call it, on the left, kind of catches it there, and that's what keeps it in place. And then you just put your screw in. So I'll probably try to put that in first, and then this one's pretty easy. But then when the new bulbs come in, the H4 bulbs are this entire unit, including this. So if mine doesn't have all this, I'll have to return it, but most retrofit kits look like they have this whole thing. So that should just fit right back in there. And as I said, do them one at a time. And that's what we'll do next when my bulbs arrive tomorrow. So I have made these fit by doing a little minor surgery to the tabs. So as you can see, the tab at the very top, I just cut the corner using a pair of wire cutters. I just crimped it using the wire cutters and rocked the cutter back and forth and just trimmed the, you can see the upper left corner of that one, and I trimmed the corner of this one, and it fits. So now there's enough material there for when I put the retaining clip on. The pressure of it pushing this way will hold the bulb in place. So quick point on getting the retention wire in place. You're going to want to get these screws started first. So get this bracket in place, get this started, and get this one started, and then start with here. So push this all the way into its groove, all the way down into this little plastic slot here, and then tighten this all the way, and then just push this under this tab under the tooth and tighten it. And that's the easy way to do it after struggling with that for a bit. So these are finally installed, and I did a little minor surgery to the gasket as well. I cut the most narrow opening in the ring off with a pair of scissors so that I could fit it over this fan unit so that this gets lots of airflow, and pull this plug through. So that is looking very nice. Okay, so all our LED installations are done, and a moment of truth. Here we go. Really bright. Oh, those look great. I mean, very bright. They look great. Okay. Let's try our high beams. Yeah, looking good. High and low. And indicators. LED project is completed, everybody. Thanks so much for watching.